When homeowner association Karen shocked my disabled daughter Leia with a wire to keep her out. She smirked thinking she had won. She did not know I am a federal judge or that a mother's love would bring her down. This is our story of pain, fight, and justice. Before watching the story, comment below from where you are watching and also press like and subscribe button. The neighborhood was quiet and fancy, with neat lawns and big houses. I thought it would be perfect for me and Leia, my daughter. I am a federal judge, a widow since my husband died 5 years ago. Life felt empty after that. But Leia, she is my everything. She is 12 in a wheelchair because her spine does not work right. But her heart is big and kind. She is my light in the dark. We moved here for a new beginning. I wanted Leia to feel safe, to have a home where people smiled at her. I would watch her from the window, playing with her little radio, her face so happy. But the neighbors did not smile. They stared, whispered, their eyes cold, especially Marjorie. She is the homeowner association lady, always bossing everyone around, acting like she owns the place. The first time she saw Leia, she frowned at her wheelchair like it was dirty. This is not right for here, she said, her voice sharp. I bit my tongue, hoping she would warm up to us. But she did not. The stares got worse, the whispers louder. Leia did not notice at first, but I did. My heart sank. This was supposed to be our fresh start. Instead, it felt like trouble was waiting. It was a bright, sunny afternoon. Leia was in our front yard, sitting in her wheelchair, playing with the little radio her dad gave her before he passed. She loved that radio. Its scratchy music made her smile, like he was still with her. I watched from the porch, feeling warm inside. She looked so happy, her small fingers tapping to the tune. Then Marjorie came. She is the homeowner association president, always walking around like she owns the neighborhood. Her face was red, her steps fast and angry. She stopped right in front of Leia and shouted, "What is this noise? And that thing?" She pointed at the wheelchair. "It is unsightly. It does not belong here." Then she looked at me, her voice sharp, like a knife. "People like her do not fit in this community. She is lowering our property values." I froze. Leia. Music stopped. Her big eyes looked up at me, confused. I wanted to yell to protect her, but my words stuck in my throat. Marjorie turned and stomped away, leaving silence behind. That night, Leia rolled into my room, her face small and sad. "Mommy, why does not she like me?" she asked, her voice shaking. I pulled her close, holding back my tears. "She is just mean, baby," I said, stroking her hair. "You are perfect." But inside my heart was breaking. Leia innocence, her sweet trust in the world. It was cracking and I could not stop it. I saw the hurt in her eyes, and it felt like a punch to my chest. Then it got worse. Marjorie did not stop. She started a war against us. She wrote petitions saying Leia wheelchair broke homeowner association rules. Nasty notes appeared in our mailbox. "Get her out or this is not a hospital." She would knock on doors, telling neighbors Leia was a problem. I would find the notes late at night after long days in court, my hands shaking as I read them. I am a judge. I solve fights. I bring justice. But this felt personal. I tried to stay calm, to talk to her nicely, to fix it without a fuss. I did not want Leia to see me angry. But Marjorie would not listen. She wanted us gone, and every word she said cut deeper, like she was stealing my daughter's home one piece at a time. It was a warm evening and the neighborhood was having a little party. Everyone was at the community garden, laughing and eating. Leia loved that garden. It was her happy place. She would sit there in her wheelchair, smelling the flowers, her face lighting up like the sun. I let her go, thinking she would be safe. I was wrong. Marjorie had been watching, her eyes mean and cold. She had rigged a wire near the garden, a bare electric line sticking out of the ground. She called it a deterrent to keep unwanted people away. I did not know until it was too late. Leia rolled over to the flowers, reaching for a bright yellow one. Her hand brushed the wire, and a loud snap cracked the air. Her small body shook, then fell trembling on the ground. I screamed her name, Leia, and ran to her, my heart pounding so hard I could not breathe. Neighbors gasped, stepping back, but I did not care. My baby was hurt. I dropped to my knees, pulling her into my arms. Her eyes fluttered, weak and scared. I just wanted to see the flowers. Mommy, she whispered, her voice so tiny it broke me. Then she went limp, passing out in my lap. Tears poured down my face as I rocked her, begging her to wake up. Marjorie stood there, smirking. She should not have been there, she said, like it was nothing. Leah did not die, but she was not okay. They took her to the hospital, her little body still and pale. The shock messed up her nerves. She could not feel her hands anymore, not even a little. I sat by her bed all night, holding her, stroking her soft hair. She whimpered in her sleep, small cries that stabbed my soul. My sweet girl, hurt because of hate. I looked at her face, so peaceful, yet so broken, and something inside me snapped. I am a judge. I live for justice. But this was different. This was my daughter. Silent tears fell as I promised her. No one will hurt you again, baby. I will make this right. I have always been calm as a judge. I have to be sitting in court, listening, deciding right from wrong. But that night, seeing Leah in the hospital, something broke inside me. My little girl, my only family, was lying there because of Marjorie. I could not just sit still anymore. A fire started burning in my chest, like a lion waking up. I was not just a judge now, I was a mother, and no one hurts my baby and gets away with it. I started digging. I looked at everything Marjorie had done. The notes, the petitions, that awful wire. It was not just mean, it was wrong, illegal, a real crime. People started talking. Neighbors came to me, quiet and scared, saying Marjorie had been cruel for years. They did not know I was a judge. They just saw me as Leah mom. One day, I heard her outside laughing with someone. No one can touch me, she bragged, her voice loud and proud. I run this place. I stood by my window listening, my hands shaking. Her words hit me hard. She thought she was untouchable, safe from everything. My eyes narrowed. I had been patient, tried to be nice, but that was over. She had gone too far, and I was not going to let her win. That night, alone in my house, I sat in the dark. The silence hurt. It was too quiet without Leah laugh. I pulled out an old photo album, flipping to pictures of her as a baby. Her tiny face, her big smile, her little hands reaching for me. My heart ached so bad I could barely breathe. Then I looked at my gavel on the table, the heavy what I used to bring justice. Tears stung my eyes as I picked it up, holding it tight. No one hurts my little girl and walks away, I whispered, my voice cracking. It was not just a promise. It was a fire in my soul. Marjorie did not know who I was, but she would find out. I would use everything I had, my law, my strength, my love, to protect Leah. She would pay for what she did. I could not sit as the judge for this case. It was too close, too personal. But I made sure everything was perfect. I filed charges against Marjorie: assault, endangerment, reckless conduct. I gathered every piece of proof. The wire she rigged, the nasty notes, the neighbors who saw her hate. I handed it all to the court like a weapon. In the courtroom, Marjorie sat there at first looking smug, her chin high, like she would win. But that changed fast. Witnesses spoke up. People who saw her set up the wire, who heard her cruel words. The police showed how she broke the law. Then Leah. Medical records came in pages about her pain, her hands that could not feel anymore. Marjorie's face started to crack, her confidence slipping away. Then came the hardest part. Leah could not come to court. She was still in the hospital, too weak to move. So they played a video of her instead. My little girl's face filled the screen, pale and small tubes in her arms. Her voice shook as she spoke, soft and broken. I just wanted to belong, she said, tears in her eyes. I did not mean to make anyone mad. The room went dead quiet. People stopped breathing. The lawyer next to me sniffed, wiping his face. Even the stenographer, the one typing everything, put her hands down, tears rolling down her cheeks. I sat in the gallery, my chest tight, fighting to stay strong. Leah's words cut me deep, but they hit everyone else too. The jury did not take long. Guilty. Marjorie was convicted. Jail time. Big fines. her perfect life gone. I watched from the gallery, my face still, but my heart was racing with relief. She turned to me as they pulled her away, her eyes wild. "I did not know who you were," she yelled like that would save her. I stood up, my voice cold and steady. "You did not need to know who I am," I said. "You needed to know who she is. My daughter." Her mouth opened, but no words came out. They took her away, and I felt the weight lift just a little. Justice was not just for the law. This time it was for Leah, for every tear she cried. I closed my eyes picturing her smile, and knew I had fought for her like she deserved. Marjorie thought she ruled the world, but she forgot one thing: a mother's love is stronger than any rule. Months passed, and Leah finally came home. The hospital days were behind us, but the scars stayed on her hands, in her heart, and mine. Things were different now, though. The neighbors, the ones who had stayed quiet before, felt bad. They came together and built something special, a new garden right in our yard. It had ramps for Leah, wheelchair, soft dirt she could reach, and bright flowers she loved. They said it was an apology, a way to make things right. I did not trust them at first, but when I saw Leah's face light up, I let the anger go just a little. One quiet afternoon, I stood on the porch watching her. She was out there planting flowers, yellow ones, her favorites. Her hands were still weak, but she pushed the dirt with a small shovel, smiling like she used to. The sun hit her hair, making it glow, and for the first time in so long, I felt peace. She looked so small, but so strong. My brave girl. I walked over, my steps slow, chest heavy with everything we had been through. She turned to me, her eyes big and bright. "Mommy, I think I belong now," she said, her voice soft but sure. Those words hit me hard, like a wave of love and pain all at once. I knelt down beside her, my knees in the dirt, and pulled her into my arms. She hugged me back, her little body warm against mine. Tears fell down my face, quiet and unstoppable. "You always did, my love," I whispered, my voice breaking as I held her tight. She did not see my tears. She just smiled, resting her head on my shoulder. We stayed like that, surrounded by flowers, the world feeling right again. I thought about all the cases I judged, all the times I had held that gavel. None of it compared to this. Standing there with Leah in my arms, I knew the truth. I have judged many cases, but none mattered more than this. Because justice is not just law. And for her, I would fight forever.